We're going to do an EPN zone. So we're going to connect two big themes, show floor design and human-centered experience design. This is your chance to pull out the top insights, share what resonated, and turn ideas into action you can bring to your next event. Leading this conversation, we will have Keisha Moore, founder and chief strategist of Rolling with Kiki, and Melissa Cheng, event and field marketing lead at Century. So, Lakesha and Melissa, take it away.
Thank you. Oh my God, like I don't even know where to start. There was just so much great information. Just like I was like writing notes between Amy and Rich, and then Juliet and Zach. It's like I don't know where to start, so I'm gonna put you on the spot, Melissa, and let you go.
I guess it's a good thing because Rich and Amy, I both connected with their field do and deepen slide. Just because at Century here we do over 100 events a year, so it's truly just like how do you hone in on like the theater, the playground, and conversational, and truly bringing that experience to your booth. And when you have small booths, right? If you're going to over 100, we're not your big platinum sponsor booth. We're actually your small 10 by 10s. So how do you keep people engaged? How, like, even though you have a small, really small one, how do you pull them in, create that conversation? But how about you?
I think one of the things that like really stuck out to me when he was talking about, a storage room with carpet, because again, being an event professional, we have been to a gazillion, trade shows, and me on my scooter, and sometimes I'll just roll right through somebody's, like not even realizing that I'm actually rolling through a booth because like there's nothing, it's carpet, and there's like, there's chairs there, and I'm like, okay, is this the break station? Like I don't know what's going on, so I just keep rolling, on to the next thing that catches my attention. And I think that was the other thing. Is like, not only do you have to get a person's attention, you have to keep it. And those are two different things.
Different things. No, totally true. And like, I think that's where like syncing with your whole team, making sure everybody knows that like quick second to bring the folks in, but the right people, right? The quality folks you want to keep engaged. I know there's a small question right here about the small design change that could make your next event more engaging or more inclusive. Honestly, at Century, I don't know if you guys know, like our designs are unhinged. So it's very easy for us to bring folks in, but it's really that tagline. I think that's a big thing for us now. It's like, what will make sure that they come in and they're like, wait, I need to know what this brand is, and like want to be interested more, because yes, we can have a crazy big ass head with like brains popping out and just bugs all coming out to be like, whoa, what is happening over here? But to keep them engaged and stay longer.
I'm laughing at just that imagery. But like I've never done a trade show. I've never done a trade show, but again, having been to, so many, I think the biggest thing is making sure that you're designing it with that inclusive piece in mind, because again, there have been some booths that I haven't been able to go to because, there's all this stuff and they're like, hey, come over here. And I'm like, how am I supposed to, like, can you just throw the stuff at me? Like, so really just designing with everybody, meaning everybody in mind, I think is the biggest thing for me.
Definitely. I know we got 5 minutes left, so I want to move on to Juliet's our session. The unstructured networking for me and like audience profile. I think the big thing that connect with me is just tech is changing so much right now. You're getting a lot of non-traditional coders coding. So what you think is traditional audience is changing like as we speak right now. So I love that whole like truly showing like structured networking, creating the pause, that white space connection. I love that part of it.
Oh yeah, and I think the thing that stood out for me is like, asking the alien, and that just connected with me because again, pretty much everybody in the event space knows that Keisha is all about accessibility. Like it's not a surprise at this point, but there have been events that I have gone to where I felt like an alien because like people didn't know what to do with me and my scooter, and like, okay, maybe we'll put her in the back, but no, she's not, no, she can't see, and just like being moved around like that bad piece of furniture. So to hear that, there is that thoughtful design into a program, and then I'm also anti-hustle culture. So like I want the link, like where do I register? Like I want to go to a slow down event because in events we're always just go, 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 go.
True. So true. I definitely remember the next time I went to a venue scope and like checking the smallest things, like do they have their own custom soap? Like what is their entrance like? What is the full flow? And making sure that like everybody can attend. And yes, section in those potty breaks because nobody can sit like for 40 minutes over for a session. But I really would want to learn anybody like when you have speakers, do you have them in the same row and how do you experience that? That I would love to test because I went from traditional like school seating, right? To actually let's like mix it up. Let's put some couches in there. So let's put some loungers and like and so it's not just black chairs all lined up facing forward.
I love that. And the last event that I did, I finally broke them out of the U shape to crescent rounds. And you would have thought that I had just reinvented the wheel. I'm like, we do not have to do U shape every year, y'all. I promise you, the sky is not going to crack open if we are not in this U. Like, let's do crescent rounds. We're going to do breakouts anyway. Why not already have the table set up? Ta-da! So it's things like that that just continuously make sure that it's all about the attendee. It's really all about the experience.
Totally. I totally agree. And keeping them engaged. Like it's not just about the speakers. It's about the full, like we had a full built out old school screens for our last show at Shack 15. And it was like people remembered our little built out design experience. I mean, the talks were great. We had some awesome folks there, but what keeps people engaged creates just, again, awkward situations where you're trying to make conversation. You're like, wait, this installation is actually pretty dope. Like, and connecting on that other than, yeah, yes, you like a certain cocktail, sure, or anything else, just changing it up.
Well, I think that's it. It's having all the dope stuff, but also being making sure that everybody can enjoy all of the dope stuff. And I just, again, at the risk of sounding, like a broken record, just the concept of slowing down excites me. And like I don't have to rush from one session, like I have 2 seconds to go to the bathroom, and then I may be able to get coffee. Excuse me if I spill some on you because I'm in a rush. Like just that concept of slowing down enough to be able to even enjoy the activations and enjoy all the things that the event has to offer. Like I'm super excited about that. Super excited.
Totally agree. What else did you like about the session?
Oh my God, there was so much. I don't know if you saw, when I put it in the chat. I'm like, yes, my little disabled heart is happy. Because I think that there is a tide that is turning, where we are starting to think more about the full attendee experience. Just like outside of like food and beverage, and obviously AV and things like that. But like maybe I can't do a lot of loud noises. Like I get overstimulated sometimes. Like, is there a room that I can just like dip into and like just take a breath? Just take a beat. So all of those things make for a great experience.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much, Keisha and Melissa. I have a little tip for everybody. Inclusivity and planning experiential is on everyone's minds right now. And if it's not, it should be. But how do you make sure it actually gets executed? Anyone? Put it in your workbook schedule. Build time in your calendar. Build it in your list. Build it in your natural movement of how you plan and move. I think that's my number one tip. If it's not on your workbook schedule, guess what? It typically doesn't get done.
True.
Doesn't happen. All right, y'all. Well, thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Keisha.